What is going on, everybody? Joe is here today with a video for you guaranteed to give you wood. Oh, I was taking a shower, recently purchased this Crema Palo Santo body wash, part of their reserve collection, not sponsored. I was, taking a shower, doing things, hygiene, and I realized the topic for this video, my next video, needed to be a top list based on wood. So what does that mean? Not just that it has to be in the fragrance, it has to be a dominant part of the fragrance. It has to either be the first or the complementary second note to the breakdown. I do have a few honorable mentions and I'll explain the technicalities now. First, we have from Alexandria Fragrances, Work Hard, Stay Humble. This is a pretty dominant oak fragrance with some sandalwood also, but predominantly oak. The reason why this is an honorable mention today and not a part of the regular list is I just got the fragrance. So for that, I can't really grade it on the same curve that I would for everything else. It's a good fragrance, but my standards have always been, if I've received it, and I did receive this less than a month ago, then I can't really qualify it just yet, because who knows how it'll really be for me. But from what I have experienced already so far, it is a fragrance I will enjoy. I'm going to enjoy this fall. I did wear it thoroughly and did a whole short about it, but cannot be in the top just yet. You're gonna have to wait your turn. I'm sorry. Next on the list, we are talking about one from a house that I love to represent because I am the brand ambassador. Eau Dwell from Diptyque. This is the eau de toilette. You're in a cabin in the woods by a fireplace drinking a chai latte. There's two reasons why this is not on my actual list. Number one, because I prefer the eau de parfum, the black bottle. And number two, the performance overall isn't the greatest in comparison to some other ones, but at the end of the day, still a very good, solid fragrance. Quality, vanilla, cedarwood, sandalwood fragrance. Last but not least is a fragrance that is on here, number one, because when you really think about it, there's a lot of woods in this version, but there's multiple versions of it in which the woods aren't as prominent. And even then, for this profile, I have something in the top of the list that is significantly better in my opinion. We are talking about L'Eau de Chanel Parfum. Now you're going to get a lot of woods and incense out of this one. Less grapefruit, less sparkle, a little bit more vetiver. But because there's so many versions, it's only this final form that got it right. And again, at this point, after the last month and a half, there is another fragrance that I prefer to this in regards to the blue category, and I'll get into that in a second. Very good, very solid. To me, all you need as far as blue fragrances is this, Roja Elysium, Sauvage Elixir, or what will be above all of those in my list. We are into my top 5, and coming up first is going to be a fragrance from the house of Terence Hughes. So brace yourselves. Also shout out to Aaron. Fake. Now the reason why, number one, I have 2 bottles of it. So clearly I like it. This is a musky type of oud fragrance that may or may not have oud. That's the whole allure to it. That's why it's fake. But in my opinion, I am still getting significant wood tones to it. And even, some sense of oud. There's some spice, and everything nice. So I am going to make this number 5. Long lasting, performs well, gonna be great for the fall. This is the oud fragrance. If you don't like oud, well done, Aaron. Fake. Number 4 on the list is going to be a designer release that is low here because number 1, I don't really know how popular it is or how accessible it is these days. But once upon a time, this was the bee's knees. This was the fragrance to get. This was the thing to get. We are talking about from the house of Mont Blanc, Individual, Sandalwood. For those who don't know, this is supposed to be comparable, if not better, than original Santal. This is my 1.7. This is a very old bottle, but still very good. Still comes off with that vanilla dry cleaner thing too, but it's a sandalwood based fragrance. So there you go. Tried and true. And if you could still get this for like 25 to 40 bucks for a 50 ml, and I'll say $55 to $60 for the 100 ml, then by all means go for it. Still really good stuff. Moving right along here, number 3 on the list is a fragrance that I've been bloviating about all season because this is going to be great. I discovered it last year once I started working at Bloomingdale's. I've sold a lot of bottles of it, but a lot of people do appreciate this one too, as much as I do. Oram from Bvlgari, part of the Legem collection. This is vanilla oud woods. So really good stuff. Lasts forever. Unique smell for a vanilla fragrance, but still mass appealing. There's oud, there's slight spice like cardamom going on in here. And overall, you cannot go wrong with this. I love this stuff. Damn, this is good. Aram from Bvlgari. 2 more, and the reason why this one is here is because ultimately, although it's a predominantly woody fragrance, it's not the most true rendition, but I do prefer it more than Aram. And remember before when I was saying about blue fragrances, this one is significantly better. This is the pinnacle of blue fragrances, and some of you may know what I'm talking about. Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman. I keep wearing this, I keep going back to this. The Akhigali wood in here is just amazing. And the reason why this is able to make the list and this isn't is because, again, I literally just got this, whereas I've experienced this and tried this since I went to LA for glamcation. Literally within hours of me going to California, I experienced this fragrance, and clearly it was good enough that I ultimately got a bottle. So Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman takes the win. It's a blue fragrance. Wear it like you would wear Blue de Chanel, except this is so much better and longer lasting. A little bit of pear in here, a little bit of orange blossom, some ambroxan still, but the Akhigali wood is it. And this one is significantly more unisex compared to some of the other offerings. You're talking about that pear, orange blossom, ambroxan providing a little bit of a balance, but at the end of the day, sandalwood, Akhigali wood, especially the Akhigali wood, for the win. Last but not least is another one that I rave a lot about, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. Discovered it last year. You bet I'm going to wear a lot of it this year. Smoky Jazz from Primera Perfumes. Hinoki wood. Well, you know about that Hinoki wood. Plus there's oud in here. And I think there's sandalwood. So you're getting a lot of wood out of this. This is a hefty wooden fragrance that smells like you are in a jazz club with the true authentic wooden table. It even has a wooden cap. Obviously should be #1 amongst my fragrance collection. It's damn good. This is really good. This is the pinnacle of what Jazz Club from Maison Margiela would want to be, but this still does not smell exactly like Jazz Club, so it won't be redundant to own both. Significantly more boozy and woods, much more longer lasting and projecting. You can't go wrong with this unless you just don't like kind of smoky and heavy woods fragrances. So there you have it. There is my list. There are some of my offerings. Let me know in the comments below some of your favorite fragrances with wood. And with that being said, y'all make sure y'all have a good one. I will see you in the next video.